Hello. Welcome. We're going to get started in just a minute. I just have to, of course, review the technology that doesn't want to work. So let's hope we can get Facebook on here. It looks like it failed. So I'm going to try real quick to get Facebook on here and we'll get started like my Christmas decorations. Very Christmassy, huh? I know. I wrapped myself with a little bow and some decorations. All right, we're going to get started. We're going to be talking about the holidays today and surviving and thriving in this busy time of year in the holidays. So give me 1 second to get Facebook online here, hopefully. Usually Facebook is the one that does a great job. So it looks like it doesn't want to go. Okay, well, what's everyone else doing? YouTube looks good. Why doesn't Facebook want to go? Huh.
It was also, oh my. Anyway, how about this silver get my actually
Nope. Okay, I am trying. Sorry. I know this is not a very exciting live right now. I'm trying to get it live, but for some reason, Facebook does not want to go today. But we have our others. So yay, welcome Instagram, and YouTube is coming up. Let's just see real quick if I can go. Let's see. Let's talk about holidays. Okay. And I was even trying to go truly live. With on my profile as well. So let's see. It looks like it's not working. My apologies. I'm going to, I think, stop and try to. Okay. Well, I guess I can't get Facebook up and going today, although we are on a very special on my business page of Facebook today. So we do have a special Facebook connection there, but for somehow it doesn't want to go into our groups. So group, I might just have to upload the video from there. But my apologies. So let's get started though. Let's talk about the holidays. Yes. Let me just write a little welcome to everyone that's here. I want to talk about the holidays. And actually, I'm sorry, I still really would like to get Facebook involved, especially since I've announced this in the the events tab of Facebook. I would like it if it would work because I have announced it there. Okay. You know what? What if we just did it this way? Does that work? I think we might be live on Facebook and live on Instagram and live on YouTube, I believe, although it keeps showing the preview. What happened to YouTube? We were supposed to be live, but it just keeps showing the preview. Hopefully it will kick in. Okay. Wow, this isn't easy to go live in all these places. I probably should just go make a little simpler and go live in only a few places, but where's the fun in that? All right. Well, welcome. I'm glad to have you guys, and let's talk about the holidays. So we've talked about this in previous podcasts. I guess I can take my bow down now. Yeah. We've talked about this in previous podcasts about the holidays, and it was a huge download. I got a lot of downloads from that. So I thought we'd touch on it again now that the intense holiday time is upon us, right? Tomorrow, as this is going out, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to you guys. Hanukkah also starts on the 25th. So just lots of lights, celebration. We just had the winter solstice, lots of events and lights and gatherings and celebrations are happening. So I just want to touch base with all of you and see how you're managing the holidays and how you can manage them with joy and success and confidence and have fun with your child, right? During their time with ADHD. So let's see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get all of this technology. I will stop focusing on technology and start talking more. Just making sure everything is working. Okay. So I just want to first talk about like triggers, right? What triggers your child? What triggers your child when they are in the midst, when this crazy holiday season is happening, right? What happens to child? By now, I hopefully you know, and if you haven't downloaded my trigger tracker, go ahead and do that. But there's so many things that can trigger, right? Noise, different clothing, changes in the environment, changes in routines, right? They're not in school anymore. That's a huge one. Definitely all of that sensory overload, probably eating a lot of sugar, a lot of junk food, a lot of people asking them questions, voices coming from everywhere. It's a huge deal, right? For anyone, and especially if you have neurodiversities, right? If anxiety and stress and ADHD are really getting to you. So those changes in routine, the sensory overload, the social pressures of talking to everyone about everything and probably repeating yourself many, many times. And just the anxiety of what are we doing next? Where are we sleeping? Where's my toy? Where's, am I getting what I want for Christmas or Hanukkah or right, any of the events? There's a lot of anxiety in the air. So all of this can definitely lead to huge triggers. Huge. So we want to look at that and think about how we can help our children with those big emotions that come with these big triggers. So what can we do? Let's talk about some strategies for what we can do. After we know we have them, what I would really like to do is try to approach this from a proactive point of view, right? Not a reactive, right? Not after the meltdown or the event has happened, but what can we do proactively to engage and engage in positive behaviors, right? Before the negative behaviors come. So we can have predictability in our schedules, right? So we can have predictability in knowing what we're going to do. I know for my son, that 5-minute rule warning was amazing, and giving him okay, we're going to leave in 5 minutes, or you need to get dressed in 5 minutes, or you need to stop playing your game in 5 minutes. And really just not saying it passively, but really making sure, do you hear me? And making sure he was engaged, right? That also works well for my students and coachees. A lot of kids love that warning. And so, but having familiar routines in your crazy days off is really, really important. So time blocking is really important. When are you going to have breakfast? You can vary things in there. You're going to have pancakes, you're going to have waffles, or you're going to have omelets, whatever within your breakfast time, but trying to keep it consistent. And then after that, we're going to whatever, clean our room. Then after that, we're going to, right. So really blocking kind of chunks. And then you can have play within that. So we're going to spend this time exercising. Is it inside the house because the weather's terrible? Or is it outside because the weather's beautiful? What are you going to do different within that time block? So having some set schedules. And you could even do visual schedules, right? You could do countdowns or timers or advent calendar type of thing, right? This is, we're going to grandma's in 3 days. We're coming back home from grandma's in 2 days. We're going to the park with your friends in 1 day. Those type of things really help as well. And of course, just planning for the variety that could pop up, right? And really letting your child know that Uncle so-and-so is coming to town. And so he's going to stay in the guest bedroom, or grandma and grandpa are going to stay in the hotel and we'll go visit them, at this time. So just talk to your child and really set them up for, this is what's going to happen. And this is the order that it's coming through. And then when you are traveling, or even at home, or if you're going to a party, always think about the sensory needs, right? We talked about the trigger. So always think about the sensory needs that might be popping up. Do they need their blanket? Do they need their, oh, hey, Karen, hi. Do they need their blanket? Do they need their stuffy? Do they need their special nightlight? If they're traveling, that's really important. So to have those special things. Also, do they need to have lavender or special scents? Do they need to have whatever it takes to have that calm environment that they're used to having at home? Do they have that when they're traveling? Or again, if they're at a party, do they have their little special stuffy or their special blanket with them at the party? Or even better, if you've worked out, can they go to this special location to just kind of take themselves out of the overwhelm of all the sensory stuff that's happening? So do they have a special place at the party, or at grandma's house, or at your house, your home? If all the event is happening there, is there a special place they can go to just regulate themselves and calm themselves? So that is YouTube not working still. Sorry about that. I just had to check in again. Okay, so that is some things to think about as far as sensory. And of course, do they need the headphones, the noise canceling headphones? Is it too loud at the party? Do they need to step away a little bit to calm down and not be in all of that noise? And thinking about the clothing, how are they doing with the clothing? Is that overstimulating, right? There's so many things to think about sensory that you probably already know, but don't let them go away for the holidays just because there's the holidays. Okay. Also, another really great strategy, and I know this is hard because all the grandparents want to see the kids and the aunts and the uncles and all the questions, but you really need to set expectations up with family or with the party that you're going to or where you're traveling. Really setting expectations up is going to lead to success. So if you have, conversations ahead of time saying, my child is a little bit sensitive to extra noise or to sugar or to itchy sweaters, right? Then it will set up that success rather than the when you get there and grandma gives the itchy sweater and your kid has a tantrum because he can't wear it, but grandma wants him to wear it. So if you set that up ahead of time, you'll be ready for more success. Or if, my kid has to wear these headphones because the noises really bother him, but he'll stay at the party longer if I let him wear these headphones. So please just let him do this, right? Those kind of conversations ahead really help your child feel empowered, but also help the guest of the party feel good as well. Yay, Instagram is kicking in. Hi, guys. So that is really important for you to have those conversations ahead of time. And so your child doesn't have the meltdowns in front of everyone and you're explaining things after the fact. Remember all the strategies I'm trying to give, and please ask questions. All right. This is really a Q&A, but in case people don't have questions, I get to talk. So a lot of what I'm saying is also coming out in my podcast tomorrow, I hope. So yeah. So let's see, what other tips do I have for you here? Really, another one I have, I guess, is focusing on what's important to you for the holidays, right? So if being around family is important, I get that. But for your child, what's important for your child and for success for your child, right? Maybe you have to be around family a little bit less, shorter bursts of time. Maybe longer bursts are too hard. And so, excuse me. So longer bursts might be really hard. So maybe shorter. And knowing that what you really want on the holidays is to be around family, but maybe not be around a bunch of tantrum, right? So what can you do to set everyone up so that you and your child and your family will have a great time together without the worry and the stress and the tantrums? That's what we were hoping for. Okay, so another one is, really helping your child to buy into all of the gatherings and the different schedules and the everything that's going on. What can you do to help them? So giving them choices is really nice. So if you don't want to wear grandma's sweater, why don't you wear this sweater or this thing that grandma made for you, right? Or, what would you like to wear instead? Or what would you like to bring to the party? Are you going to bring this stuffed animal or that stuffed animal? Or are you going to bring this blanket or this stuffed animal, right? Giving choices, what to wear, what sensory tool they need to bring, what maybe a food choice. If they can't have the sugar, would you like this cookie that we made together that's sugar and dye free? Or would you like that cookie that is here at the party that's sugar and dye free, right? So giving choices really gives them that autonomy and that buy-in and that empowerment. And then also choices in when they're ready to go, right? We've talked about this before, is like having a code word. So we're ready, I've got the code word, we're ready to go. And so coming up with that with the kids. So if the child comes up with, let's say the code word is cat. And if they say cat to you, then you really have to hear them and respect that they are maxed out and they're using code word. And so it's time to go. But giving them that, what's the choice of the code word? So, and when it's time to go, I was going to talk about this later, was just like, what happens if things don't work out, right? What if they don't work out? What if it's not going well? So giving a code word gives them that opportunity to leave if they need to, right? If they really need to leave, then they need to leave. So take advantage of that code word and really let them say the word and then honor that and go. And going can mean taking a walk. Going can mean just they need to go to their safe space in the house, or that sensory zone that you set up hopefully ahead of time. So really understanding what that code word means for sure. And what else? Oh yeah, things if they don't work, right? If they don't work, well, really, I'm trying to be proactive here, but I would say that try to not, make it a big deal. Right after the fact, you might want to say, okay, well, we had to leave the party early. That was too bad, but let's reflect on that, and maybe we can try something different for the next party, right? So I wouldn't make it a huge event that they had a meltdown and it was time to leave, or something bad happened and it just didn't work out amazing. But try again, reflect, and try to come back the next time with some strategies, more strategies under your belt, like teaching the child, if they're starting to feel stressed out, really starting to breathe, be mindful, take some deep breaths, go to your quiet corner, gather your stuffy or your snuggly, right? So breathing and trying to get it back into a centered place. Also, spending time ahead of time practicing role playing, practicing breathing, and really working on what might happen, right? If 20 people ask you the same question, what might happen if grandma knitted you an amazing sweater and you don't want to wear it? What might happen, right? How, practice saying pleases and thank yous, and what happens if you're going to start feeling stressed. So those role-playing scenarios, I think, would be really, really helpful as well. I know would be really helpful. So I know I'm talking a lot. I'm just kind of trying to check in here, but every time I check in, I know I get distracted and then I feel off. So I know I'm talking a lot. I just want to make sure that you guys are have any questions, let me know. Okay. I think we're actually okay. So I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so role playing and stories, right, is another good strategy. You could just do stories if you didn't want to role play or your child wasn't up for it. And I know I'm talking broad ranges of ages here. Your little children would maybe appreciate a little story and a role play for your middle age, and then the older age teenagers can just talk about it and come up with strategies. And again, that autonomy of them choosing and deciding. And also, I just really want to say that parents, you also need to take care of yourselves. Everyone's always talking about how stressful and overwhelming and anxiety producing the holidays are. So check in with yourself as well, that if you're stressed or you're anxious or you have a lot of anxiety, that happens away from your child, right? Because a lot of these children are very empathetic and they will pick up on that. And so you've done what you can to prepare your child. You've worked on the sensory, you've worked on role playing, you've worked on notifying family ahead of time. Now make sure you work on yourself. Please make sure that whatever you need to do, exercise, eating right, long baths, sitting in your car, whatever it takes to help you regulate and you get into a calm space. And especially if everything you've tried doesn't work out and we get to the point of meltdowns, and you gracefully excuse yourself and your kiddo just not, calmly reflecting and coming back in another place, right? So yes, taking that time to just for yourself, right? For yourself, really important as well. So, because the demands are high on parents as well, right? We want to please our family. We want to please our extended family or our friends, or have a fun time at the party, and we got all dressed up and we just want to have fun. So it really there's a lot that goes on. I completely understand. I've been there as a parent of a neurodivergent kid and working with lots of neurodivergent children. So I really just I empathize with you, and I know how hard it is. So I want to make sure you take care of you and your family and everyone, but really being proactive is what I'm hoping you get out of this. If there's anything you get out of this, being proactive. And hopefully that avoids any meltdowns or tantrums or terrible situations we're having. Okay. I guess I know everyone's busy right now, but I'm hoping you get a chance to see this. I do have a free offer for you if you would love to. Just in the spirit of giving, I have a 3-day little mini course I've written to kind of talk about top secrets in working with children with ADHD or neurodivergent children. And I would love to send that little mini course to you. So go ahead and just in the chat box wherever you are, type in free, and then I will send it to you so that I know that you're interested in my free gift to you, a free three-day mini course, or it's really 3 hours, 3 short little sessions. Actually, were they even an hour long? I think they were even shorter than an hour long. 3 little mini sessions to help you learn some top tips and tricks, secrets to working with ADHD children. Excuse me. So, yeah, go ahead and write free in the chat, and I'd be happy to send it to you. So if you have any more questions, let me just go take a peek at everyone. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you would like to have me look at, it looks like we are good. Wonderful. Well, I really hope these proactive strategies have helped you. I really hope these proactive strategies have given you some things to think about and prepare for, and know that I'm in your corner here rooting for you. If you have anything else you want to mention or chat about, please feel free to drop it in the chat. Even after the live is live, I can still see the chats. So I honor all that us parents are going through with neuroquirky kids, and how challenging it is and how maddening this time of year can be. But at the heart of it, it's really just connecting with our family and being with family and loved ones and sharing that with our children. And we want to do that in a loving, supportive way and as strength-based as possible. All right. Love you all. Please let me know if I can support you anyway. Please reach out to me on whatever channel I'm on, whether it's in any of these channels. Sometimes the tech works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm really hoping to support you as best I can. If there's any ideas or things that you want me to talk about, let me know. All right. And again, see you over, or you can hear more on the NeuroQuirky Nexus podcast, where I go into a lot of these strategies. And again, just want to help out as many people as possible. All right. Thank you so much. And see you next Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday, and see you soon. Bye-bye.